Hello, everybody. It's me, Dee Dee, and I'm back with Luke and Steve, who's over in the corner. You have to speak up a little, Steve. Well, they can't hear. They didn't see you, but anyway.
Hi. Hello there.
There he is.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some transformations. And Luke, if you could just speak up just a little bit more.
Sure.
This transformation that we're going to be talking about next, or combination of transformations, is sexual transformations. And sexual transformations can come in many different forms, which I'm going to let Luke explain to you. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, how's it going? Well, it's a broad topic, obviously. So, Dee Dee, where should I start?
Well, let's start with maybe one of the types of sexual transformations that you can offer people, whether it's enhanced performance, or people that can't have orgasms. I do have people that cannot have orgasms, quite a few. Men that I can't, I do have men that want a bigger size. I have men that can't hold an erection at all. And they want pieces to do it, but you'd always have to use the piece versus maybe having a transformation and being able to get it done.
Quite a lot of different topics. We'll start with a general topic of like healing, right? A lot of people have traumas that they've experienced one way or another, whether it's relationships with parents, trauma at the hands of another person, through sexuality, all kinds of stuff that they carry with them, right?
That's very good you bring that up, because you know what? No one's ever said that to me. They never really get into the details of why they're having issues, and it seems like you've done a lot of research, taken a lot of thought into this.
Well, sure, and a lot of it is my own work on myself, delving into like what makes us tick and what makes others tick. I've done healing work in the past with people specific to their issues, to clear those issues. So this is just sort of furthering that. But we carry a lot of stuff that we inherit from others with us, and to sort of get a fresh start, a clean slate, and to to clear that stuff up is usually a great place to start.
Okay, so if somebody came to you and they said, I'm having a problem with achieving, let's say orgasm with my partner.
Right.
Would you then find out if it's like a physical thing, or would you find out if it's a mental thing? That way you knew how to, handle it best? Sure.
I mean, it's a really personal topic, and you have to delve into it a little bit. And usually there's some sort of history behind those things. It's, like I said, it's one of the more complicated aspects of being a human these days, is dealing with what goes into that. So it's really very personalized.
So you look for the history in order to do the...
Yeah, absolutely. You got to think about what makes a person tick, and go into that, because most of us have...
What if the person doesn't know? Or what if the person's unwilling to tell you? What would you do in that case?
Well, that's a great question. Them not knowing is generally indicative of like a huge block.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I had huge blocks in my childhood.
I don't want to interrupt.
Period. Sure. Yeah.
But I know that this is a big issue with some people, so I want to stop you right there so we can answer this. So, say somebody comes to you with that, and you tell them, okay, you don't know what's causing it. It's not physical. It's obviously, mental. So you have a block. So if they're coming to you for a sex or sexual transformation, it's a lot of work, because would you then be working on removing the block before doing the transformation?
It could. It absolutely could.
Or do you send that work out?
We could do either way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's going to be personal. Somebody may be comfortable with me. Maybe they need to do some therapy sessions beforehand.
Maybe they need a woman.
Exactly. It's very personal, and it's not one size fits all.
So say they needed to speak to you about what they had going on before a transformation. They could do this through email. They could do this.
We could get on a Skype
So it wouldn't
call.
have to be face in face where they would feel embarrassed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do it whatever way people. Again, it's so personal.
Yeah.
And it's, as a culture, especially. I mean, we're shooting this in the States, right?
Yeah.
So as a culture, we're just not very open about our issues.
I am.
Yeah. But as a whole, as a culture, the 330 million people that walk around here, it's the one subject we don't talk a lot about.
It's true. Like even in other countries, if you go to France, they're like, they're just nude all the time, touching their bodies.
They
and we have to
understand
use
their
a
bodies.
washcloth and sponge. Like, what's up that?
Yeah. So it's just different cultures. But here we have a lot of issues, and we don't have healthy outlets to talk about them. So I already know that going in. Like, we're gonna have probably some preliminary work.
Now let me ask you this: let's say you get a customer that is of a different religious thing. Like, say you have a Muslim person,
sure,
and the Muslim person is not used to talking openly about sex, but yet they have a problem. How are you able to deal with something like that?
My personality, sure, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
What they have a problem with, we're gonna have to find out.
Okay.
As far as what they're comfortable with. And
so, what if they weren't comfortable with something, but you needed to get to it? You could work around it.
I would imagine so.
Okay.
I would imagine so.
So now,
and you would still kind of bind yourself to like a patient-doctor confidentiality type of thing.
Oh yeah, everything's
a great way to way to put that.
Anybody,
I wouldn't even be
that.
doing a video of him if he wasn't confidential, and or if I didn't have full confidence in what Luke could do, I would not.
Sure.
And let me tell you something, people. For those of you that are listening, I have very full confidence in Luke. I've known Luke for years now, and I have full confidence in everything he's saying and everything that he can do, because I know that he puts into it. He does research. I know this. Like, I know he does. So let's talk about different types of transformations. If there is no block, if there is no issue, and let's just say a person wants to be phenomenal in the sack.
Sure.
Is this something you can accomplish?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's the easy part.
Is it a supernatural sex thing, or do you teach them, and is it supernatural, or is it just strictly supernatural because the transformation
depends on what they
powerful?
want. Depends on what they want.
Okay.
Is a person want to go to that level where it's almost a magical astral experience? We can do that.
Where they're yelling out for God for real.
Right. Where they're channeling energy through their whole body through orgasm. We can do that. Now, some people just want a physical, healthy system with a great partner. We can do that too.
Yeah.
So it depends on what they want.
Now, what if somebody says to you, I want to have a sex transformation because I want to perform sex magic, or someone says to you, I want to be able to achieve amazing sex because I want to get telekinetic ability because I have that. Mm-hmm. Oh, if I'm going at it,
sure.
No, I'm not being like rude or crude. If I'm going at it, and I have that openness with a person, I'll shut off the lights and I'll blow up the TVs. Or
a friend of mine, same thing. She comes from these lines of. She's a lot of like shamans in the family history. Same thing. If she's charged up, man, the lights will flicker. The whole nine.
Because it is an electricity.
It is, and it's an electricity. It's force. And then using that to direct to in a magical.
So you could teach them through the transformation how to direct that sexual energy into other powers.
Absolutely. To me, that's the most fun. If somebody really has that inclination, because that aligns with what I'm into, but. Not everyone's going to want that. So,
okay.
But absolutely.
I'm going to pause you right here, and we're going to come right back.